Here's my full, unedited chat with Lucinda Light, where she tells me all about soulful speed dating. Be warned, Zoom recorded the video with some wild glitching. It was clearly highly aroused by the topic. So, Lucinda, tell me, what is soulful speed dating?
Hi, Will. Thanks so much for having me. Soulful speed dating. Oh gosh, there's so much to say. Soulful speed dating is an event that I created about 2 years ago. When I first arrived in Byron town, I thought, I want to date you, Byron. I want to get everybody out of the woodworks and date you all at once. Because I'm an absolute tart. And so that was one reason, but also because I'm a marriage celebrant. I thought, let's be a one-stop shop. How about I play Cupid, get a whole lot of people finding love, and then I can marry them? I thought it
Right.
was good. It was good business acronym. So for a couple of reasons, I started Soulful Speed Dating. And what is it? It's a fabulously flamboyant, immersive experience full of social games, always in sexy spaces and places right across Australia, festivals too sometimes, where I gather a whole bunch of really soulful daters, people with a whole lot of soul, open minds, open hearts. I'm really attracting that demographic and pulling them in and taking them on an amazing journey, collectively dating, group dating, and one-on-one dating, giving them the best chance to align and meet a love.
Oh, it's beautiful. What was the first one like?
Oh, it was electric. It was at this amazing garden called Secret Garden in Byron Bay, in this beautiful courtyard, all outside with palm trees, and it was lit with fairy lights. And I had a beautiful guy making sort of Vietnamese buns, and there was a fabulous cocktail bar overflowing, and I had a singer and Phoebe Jacobs, and it was wild. I had over 100 people there, and everybody just loved it. It was just like, oh my God, I'm onto something here. This is actually what the people need. Give the people what they need.
Oh, that's great. So like literally from the first one, it was like this is a thing. This is
It,
yeah,
it was
magical.
explosive. And look, let's be honest, it's a bottomless, pocketless pit, the single market. And we can all ride in and out of singledom. And, it's just great to have places and spaces that are really conscious, fun, soulful, where we can meet each other. I mean, particularly when we get into our 30s and 40s and 50s, really, because a lot of us don't go out night clubbing. It's not a meat market the way it used to be when we were young in our 20s. So we need, fabulous places. And I mean, you've got to remember, I did this in the middle of COVID. So everybody was in lockdown. I took a small window and went for it,
Yeah.
took a plunge. But people, were desperate for those rad meeting places then. And, the world's changed a lot. So, I mean, even workplaces now, a lot of people are working from home.
So look, what can people expect when they come to a soulful speed dating event?
What they can expect is a really sexy place. I find the best venues all around Australia just with a whole lot of soul. So that's first up. With a really sort of robust and colourful cocktail bar, or not, because I do have conscious ones without alcohol too. I've got vegan ones and healthy lifestyle, bird nerds and nature lovers. Like there are a whole lot of adventures and themes within the Soulful Speed Dating, series. But yeah, they can expect a wicked space to really be greeted with warmth and to feel sort of easefulness quite quickly. We come into a space together and I do icebreakers and social games. We play a whole lot of social games that are fun and silly and just put people at ease straight away. It's also part workshop. So I'm actually helping people unleash and release their inner flirt, which, let's face it, a lot of us have clogged down right down, especially in Australian culture. So I'm giving permission with my wild flirting expose, that I've been certainly practicing since this journey's begun. I'm giving people permission to flirt, giving them tips on dating tips to really practice the art of dating and flirting. So part workshop, social games, icebreakers, and then we go on this amazing adventure where every time you come to a new date and you spend probably about 3 minutes with each date, I give you a question that's really potent and gets you to really dive deep into yourself and actively listen to the other. And that's a journey within itself. Quite, at times quite a spiritual journey, a silly journey, a sexy journey. Like the questions are a cross section to really give you amazing insights about yourself and really quickly learn about the other in a deep, fun, powerful way. So yeah, and then
Amazing.
we always have a boogie after. I have sick DJs. I've got amazing index of DJs. So there's always that sort of more organic mingling and dancing after as well.
Oh, I love it. Because obviously, the normal situations, the kind of classic seedy idea of the singles bar is that you go in and you are fending for yourself. It's a jungle out there, and you are a poor, defenseless creature that has not, sharpened their claws in a while, and you've got to work it all out yourself. So you're saying people come and they can really be given a red carpet treatment of you come around them with not just a lovely atmosphere, but lovely ways in for people to find their mojo, and
Yeah.
and really, oh, that's so good. What a caring person you are to have created
Oh,
this.
little portals in, lots of support, lots of love, lots of permission. Your tribe, your vibe attracts your tribe is what I wanted to say. I was fumbling out, but your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So I do find that it does just attract this amazing, soulful bunch of people that all actually put each other at ease as well.
Yeah.
When you come into a room with a lot of like-minded people, a lot of that angst and nerves that can drop away quite quickly, which I find. So, just by putting the intention out, the magic out, and holding this space, the night sort of runs itself in many
Yeah.
ways. It's got a magic of its own that I can't explain. There is always magic in the air on a soulful speed dating night or day.
Oh, I love that. Oh, the night just runs itself, which, it might, but only because you put so much work into to like setting it up. So that's fabulous. Now you've kind of touched on it a bit already, but what else do you think draws people to these events?
Well, I think that's partly, the literature, the intention's really strong. I'm really articulating what it is. I'm getting very particular now with my demographic, with ages. I was very much doing all-inclusive events, which has been a wild-hearted experiment. But now I'm sort of, really casting the net for things like 30s and 40s. And if you dare, come at your own peril if you're in your 20s themed nights. So if you're vegan, if you're a bird nerd or nature lover, or if you're a healthy lifestyler, you're really passionate about that. I've got one coming up in Byron, which is for barefoot bowls. So if you love a bit of adventure and fun and friendly competition, but I really think it's about being very clear with the event that you're giving. I'm also doing lots of foodie events as well, or dancey ones, people that are into dance, etc. So being really clear with the literature, giving out my vibe, my love, lots of testimonials, lots of stories that keep coming up of people finding love and finding wicked connection. And, I've often got people, running up to me and going, Lulu, I'm still with that person that I met at your Soulful Speed Dating. And I'm
Oh.
waiting for a wave of Soulful Speed Dating babies to come through as well, to be honest, Will. Um, but
Put a
I
few
think
marriages
it's
in there
just
for those that want them.
it's just got a bit of a exactly. It's just got a bit of a cult following. There's some people that have been to 6, 7 soulful speed datings. They travel all around. I was so surprised in Sydney recently. Last week I ran my first one in Sydney in Paddington on Oxford Street, and there was about 4 people that I have known from other soulful speed datings up in Byron and Melbourne.
Yeah.
So, people chase them around. They love the nights, and you know. They do yield great success stories.
Oh, that's beautiful. So what do you think surprises people? What do they not expect that blows them away, melts their hearts? What do you hear from people coming away going, like, wow, I never thought of that.
I think some of the social games, like really getting to know each other as a collective, offering popcorn questions up, getting people to be brave. I've got one activity that I do that I think people really enjoy, which is like come into the middle if you are unequivocally ready for love. You've cleaned out your undie drawer and you're
Yeah.
ready to go. So everybody comes in, come into the middle if you're from out of town, and I might actually interview those people and say, "Oh, so what? You're just here for a one night stand." So we know who those people are from out of town. Come into the middle if you want a family. This is a confrontational question. Claim it. If you want a family and children, come into the middle. And we see there from a crowd of 60, 80, 100, the people that actually want to be parents, want to create a family, and they look around at each other. It starts to sort of narrow
Mm.
people's understanding of who is in the crowd and who's what. LGBTQ community, come in. If you're a bit heteroflexy, come into the middle. And, sometimes a whole lot of women might come in, and some of those women might decide to date the women that night, all the feminine essence. Or, they might have go, oh, I actually like the look of you. I've got some numbers from women over these couple of years since I've been doing soulful speed dating. In fact, last year, I dated a gorgeous woman, one of my best friends in the world, Mel, and she was at my second soulful speed dating in Byron and gave me a little love note. So, and I never thought in my life I would date a woman, and I did so for 6 months, and it was an incredible experience. And that came from my soulful speed dating,
Yeah.
evening.
So you might what I'm getting from that is that the surprise element is yourself. Like you set up ways in which people can like be surprised by
Yes.
their own selves. Okay. So you're in Melbourne and you're heading back up north very soon, but you got two
Yeah,
events this week. Is that right?
I do, and they are red hot. And I am actually putting a huge call out for fabulous men in Melbourne because I'm a little bit low. Both of the events have sold out ages ago on female tickets. So on the 6th, which is Thursday, I'm at the Gertrude Hotel, which is upstairs, amazing space on Gertrude Street. Such a awesome bunch of people there. We've taken over the whole top floor. So that opens at 6:30. I've got an amazing DJ there, Christian, for the night. And you'll probably get about 25 dates on that night. And so men, cooey, I know it's Easter, but get your tickets. And then Elwood is a totally different flavour. So that is on Saturday, on the 8th of April, and it's right on the beach. It's in a yogi studio, a wellness studio, a dear friend of mine, and that's for healthy lifestylers. There's a little organic cafe that's popping up for it, and where it's part workshop, that one. So we're really going to dive into the art of dating and flirting. And you'll probably have about 15 dates there. That's, really special. We've got a sea view there. So they're very different. If you're a rat bag, come to Fitzroy. And if you're North Side and you love a bit of a cocktail and a boogie, and if you're more into healthy lifestyle and conscious and Zen and yoga, come to the Elwood one and your South Side. Yeah,
And if you
something for
know that
everybody.
you're able to expand into both spheres, come to both.
Come to both. And I'm so sorry, ladies, no more tickets left for you. But look,
So,
if
so
I
even though
get
it's not about just the traditional connecting a female with a male, you really work to get gender balance in there. So yeah.
I do. I mean, look, non-binary folk, all of that sort of stuff is welcome. Everybody's welcome, but I do try to level it out because
Yeah.
it is very hetero dense.
Yeah, yeah.
I will be running I will be running some real queer events this year, which I'm so excited about. They're just
Right.
going to be totally queer.
But again, it,
But
it
for
comes
now,
it comes down to you having that sense of like, I'm going to create a space that matches the people that are coming, and I'm going to look and I'm going to put it out there so people know what they're coming to. And fantastic. This is just wonderful. And I've been watching from afar as this thing is growing. But this is the first chance I really had to get a sense of how it works. And for someone like myself, who's very happily attached, are there events that, do you have people coming along that just are really just out to have a flirt and connect and have a good time? But
Well,
not.
I do invite polys. It is a great place to
It's about
network as
getting
well.
stuff happening, isn't it, really?
It is. It's about love. I do have some creative network events coming up. I've also got a Soulful Sass and Sail. I'm taking 100 people on a catamaran down the Tweed in July, and that's for everybody. But these ones are much more focused on love and connection. Hilariously, though, Will, when I'm at festivals, like I was at Earth Freak last year, I had about 100 people in this forum doing a soulful speed dating activation. And then I just had all these voyeurs, like a massive audience around. And that was just wild. And so many of them that were coupled up just loved watching all of
Yeah.
that. So,
Brilliant.
festivals, everybody's invited, basically.
All right. Well, here's your chance for one more call out to the people that need to know about Thursday and Saturday. Call them out. Call them in.
Yeah, just come, guys. Don't hesitate. I mean, it really, you've got to be in it to win it. It's a lucky dip. There's no guarantees. Come show up in all your authentic self with an open heart, an open mind. We'll take care of the rest. It's an absolute blast. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I've taken the traditional speed dating and pulled it apart and turned it upside down. It's its own thing, and I couldn't recommend it highly enough. And I'm biased. And if you meet somebody that you really connect with, don't forget I'm a celebrant. I can marry you guys. So
Who could possibly resist that invitation? Lucinda, thank you ever so much. And I hope
thank
you
you,
get
Mr.
everyone you need
Cage.
down there. And I hope you come back to Melbourne soon and just keep this wonderful enterprise growing and growing.
Oh, you're the best. Appreciate it so much.
Love.
Sauce.
Amore.
Yeah, amore.
So there you have it, my first ever infomercial. I hope you were edutained. And please, if you engage with any of the ventures that you discover through these videos, find a way to whisper in their ear. Will was most insistent. It's a bit of a mouthful, but it's worth it. Go on, give it a try. Will was most insistent